Alright, so I pulled the car out. Today we're going to look at why it's having the issues. It started up perfectly fine, didn't sputter at all though. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's the moisture pulling it out. It's so humid today. It's supposed to be still humid for the next 2 days. Yeah, my rims, it sucks. It's been like the worst summer on record, they said. The worst. We have the most rainfall, most humid days. Just a lot of people with cars up in this area didn't get to drive them much to begin with. But yeah, so today I already got this thing unplugged. I just got to cut the zip tie. I'm going to spray this thing out with some air and inspect it. See if it's dirty. I might take this apart as well. Disconnect the battery. I got to relieve the fuel because I'm going to be doing a fuel filter, new plugs, and the fuel rail pressure sensor. I don't know if I should do them all at the same time or what. All this lining in here, it's ridiculous. Oh, no, I gotta unplug it. That's right. Alright, so I can't even get at that clip with that booster pump in the way. I'm just gonna go get my cutters so I can cut this. This is how they mounted it. I didn't do any of this. This is how I bought the car. Forgot, I gotta put this thing back in to start it and relieve the fuel pressure. Actually, I gotta move it up on the ramps before I do any of that. So stand by. Maybe I'll film this because the last time I tried to back up on these ramps, it just sucked them under the wheels. It was pretty crazy. So I already kind of stuck them under the tires. I mean, the tires are a little damp, so maybe they'll drive up them normally. But last time it just sucked the ramps under. And it was a good thing I was quick on the brake, or I'm sure they would have kept going under and then hit the front of the car. That's like a worst case scenario. So it actually worked out good this time. It didn't grab the ramps. I'm bleeding. I hate zip ties. I'm gonna have to think of a different way to mount this. I don't like it. With it unplugged now, we can start it back up and it should die back out. Mosquitoes are crazy out here. As I thought. Come on. All right, maybe this isn't working. What the hell? Well, I watched Danny Johnson's video and whew, that's a lot of fuel. The thing was running super rich. I unplugged it like he said, but his video, the car seemed to just die right out way quicker, where mine kind of revved like it had cams. Alright, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. I can just smell fuel in the air now. So I'm going to be taking it easy today. It's just too hot out. I'm not going to rush to get any of this stuff done. I'll just take the whole day and do it. Work on it a little bit at a time. But yeah, it's weird how the car wouldn't shut off. It's almost like there's a secondary system running as like a backup if that ever failed, because it was running super rich. Maybe someone else can chime in. I don't know how those things work, the booster pump. I mean, I know they tap right into the OEM wires and they basically take over the voltage or add more voltage. Like a piggyback. So, I mean, if the car's sensing some low throttle with the modifications the car has, you know, whatever numbers they want to give it, they're going to increase it this much at, you know, this much RPM. Pretty basic, I would assume. I just took the back cover off so far. I gotta go to the parts store and get a fuel line disconnect tool. I guess I need one of those. But I'm gonna look under the car first, locate the stock fuel filter and see if it's using those, because sometimes people cut those off and just hose clamp it. I don't think there's much moisture in the tank. Somebody already had some silicone in here. I'll have to add something else when I reseal it. Maybe it failed. So that's basically all you can do there, is blow it out from each side. I'm just gonna use a little bit of RTV around the sides and seal it back up. So I just put a little bit around the edges there. You don't have to worry about getting a little bit of excess because it's not gonna do any harm to anything. And lastly, I'm just turning the switch around. If these numbers are worn out on yours, you can look in there and there's a number like right there. You can see it says 3. So mine's on setting 2. So there it is, guys. It's way up there. Here's the exhaust. And it's way deep up there. So I'm sure it's going to be kind of a pain to do. So I just kind of moved the whole intake out of the way for now on this one. I want to repaint these things, maybe color match them. But not now, it's going to take too long. I should see if I can clean them up any. So I'm kind of whizzing through this, guys. I'm just pulling these out a little bit, unplugging them and taking them straight out. Last time I kept them connected and bent them to get them in and out, which it's not terrible, but shouldn't do that. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Almost. The other one made noise. I don't know if that's a good thing. But anyways. Yeah, I'm just popping them out and I'll do the plugs, and I still haven't gapped the new ones yet. This motor needs a deep cleaning. I only ever gave it that one light cleaning and it didn't do much. As you can see, I mean, I can get this off with my hand. Last plug. Well, I tried bringing these things back to life. I'm gonna try some metal polish as a last resort. If not, I have a guy who can polish these up like chrome, or I might paint them, or sell them. I always wanted Terminator ones. I know people are looking for these. So I talked to William with the blue Sonic Blue Terminator. He said do not use the stuff I was going to use on these. It's not going to work. It's a cutting compound. He said he has the right stuff to use to make these things chrome again and look nice. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just wait. Now for the spark plugs. I left the wrench in there because I needed a pry bar for it. They're pretty tight. I put them in there good. I know how to install these just right. I forget if these are the 9 or 4 thread heads. I'll have to try and figure that out this time. I think they're the 4. Also, when I replace this, I'm going to see if there's a way to relieve the pressure here for the fuel, if there's like a valve or something, because I looked on the rail and I didn't see it. It's a factory rail. Because what I was doing in the back wasn't working, so I'm going to have to figure something out because I don't want to be taking a bath in fuel. I'm leaving that for the last thing to do so I can take a shower. So spark plug number 1's out. Yeah, I would say I'm running rich. I know that's probably from the few seconds that I had it started. And it was running like a... But yeah, it's probably they're all gonna be black, so I can't really see how the car was running before I unplugged the fuel pump thing. So these plugs were 26, so I did 28, so I mean it's not too much of a difference. Just gonna grab a new plug and drop it in. I assume it's a 4 thread head. I'll verify on the next one. Never use the pry bar tightening it. I only use it for loosening it. Just because the metal in the collar, the ring on the spark plug, especially when they're brand new, it kind of seats, and with the heat and everything, it'll expand and track, so they get in there pretty tight. All right, I need 2 hands. Yeah, so another black boy. We'll see what it was gapped at. I had to force it to this position, so it's like 0.25. This one's a little tight. So like last time, the last spark plug was the hardest one to get to, and it was like covered in like some dust when I pulled it out. It looked like this compared to the other ones. So the plugs are done, everything's back together. I took this off. Oh, just covering the hole because I'm pretty sure that's just open to the fuel rails now. So there shouldn't be any relief now on the fuel system. So I'm gonna go grab that tool and I'll be back to finish this. Just one last thing to do. Maybe if I'm feeling that motivated, I'll adjust that one exhaust pipe up a little higher so it's level with the other one. We'll see. Could be another day's project. I should apply to work at O'Reilly's or something part-time. I'd enjoy it because I mean this guy was trying to sell me the bigger one, and I told him I had a Mustang, and I looked on the back and I'm reading it, and it says like diesel trucks and stuff, and I was like, this is not the one. I'd rather go with this one. I'm like, there's no way to find out? You can't get like a fuel filter and see? And he goes, no. So I'm sure you could, but I think this is the right one. Alright, for this I won't be recording. Just gonna get under there, get a light situated, and see if I can pop it off. Had to dig the box out of the trash because I was wondering how these work. Like, do you just push it in and then try and pry it apart and pull at the same time? But it looks like you just find one that fits around it and push it in. So we'll see about that. Alright, so I got the right side off, but the idiots who made these things too long, so I'm going to have to take a grinder to it and shorten it some. It won't fit in the other side. I guess that's why in Danny Johnson's video he used like a plastic cheap one on the other side. He didn't explain that it was two different, he needed two different ones. Alright, so I shortened the top. Focus. Come on, focus here. Let's get this done. Well, I made it a little bit shorter. See how it works? So I can barely blow through this thing. It's a good thing I changed it. It's pretty restrictive feeling. Made a little mess, not too bad. Pain in the butt, no room to work on. It's really hard. I mean, I don't mean it's hard. It's actually an easy job if you can access it. I'm not gonna do the exhaust today, but here's the new one, guys. I put those clip things back on too. It looks factory. Final step, guys. I'm gonna put on the new fuel rail pressure sensor and take a shower and get it off the ramps. See how it does. Replug in the thing in the back. I'm just gonna remount this doohickey and start the car. Alright, I'm going to try and do a fresh start, even though grass is getting... It's never started up this quick before. I barely turned the key and it just fired right up. What a difference. Well, that worked. Guess we'll go for a drive. Shut the AC off. First drive, let's see how it goes. Oh, seems better so far. catch up or learn. I mean, it's not bucking and bogging, so that's better. It's just running. So it just did the buck thing once. So I might have to change the coils. Did it one time. I mean, so far it's better than it was, but oh, it's doing it again. Yeah, I gotta turn around. Oh, it's doing it again. Yeah, I'm just cruising and watch. Feel it surging a little bit, but it'll do it a lot. I mean, it's driving better than it did, but it was still doing it. Yeah, like off the gas, my wideband's jumping all over the place. But I did do a pull and it pulled good. I'm gonna try new coils next, phase 2, but it's running better than it did. I mean, maybe the warmer the car gets, the better it runs. Alright guys, until the next video, we'll swap the coils and try again. Hopefully we'll get rid of all the little hiccups. I mean, idle, I'm not bad. I mean, it seems like it just wants to run good most of the time. It's just a hiccup here or there, so I think it might be a coil, because it looks like a lot of these parts have been on this car for a very long time. Just like the fuel filter, that thing was like shot. Couldn't even blow through it. So until the next video, guys, it'll probably be in a day or two. Talk to you later.